So Minnamoolka station is around 29,000 hectares and we run about 4,000 head of beef cattle on it.
Mostly a breeding operation. We don't fatten cattle.
We have large areas of basalt interspersed with springs.
And we've got 50 years of traditional grazing knowledge of this part of North Queensland, and it's always difficult after winter. Probably that's the main driver, to do something different throughout the year that may make it better at the end of the year. Since we embarked on this program, we've did a lot of fencing, probably close to 60 kilometres of new fencing, 2 new sets of stockyards to stop having to drive cattle so far, 10 kilometres of pipeline and a few new tanks, at least 1 new bore. The aim of our change is to rotate the cattle to utilise what country we've got better.
Traditionally, with set stocking of paddocks, the cattle tend to stay in one area. That ends up with a problem at the end of the year with fuel load in one area and no feed in another.
Shorter grass in better condition is much more valuable than a big old paddock of old dry grass looks like cardboard. We have a total of 65 paddocks in all. Some of those groups are much larger with different types of cattle so that we can rotate them around. We like to eventually get to where we have the grazing naturally 7 paddocks per group, but we haven't got there yet.
I think finance is probably always the biggest challenge, isn't it?
Yes.
We couldn't have done it without the funding from NQ Tridopix and Terrain.
We've thought about this probably on and off all our lives. You know, I was born on a dairy farm where cows were rotated around all of the time, and so we've known about the benefits, but on a big property, the practicality of getting 65 paddocks on 70,000 acres is a huge undertaking, and so we would have never have done it without some help. The other challenge for us is the planning for a program such as this, where you best put your fences and best put your additional waters and all of that infrastructure.
I think one of the biggest challenges is providing enough water. Once the set stock groups coming to one water in larger numbers.
If you put 600 cows in one group and they all go to one water trough and they all want to drink at 10:30 in the morning, that's a huge consumption of water just like that. And if you can't supply that, then those cattle are suffering.
This year we rotated our breeding cows around regularly. We were extremely impressed with the quality of the grass.
And another thing that we've noticed is the change to the handling ability of those stock. It has changed dramatically. They're much easier to negotiate with now than what they used to be. We're now, Margie and I, shifting 500 cows on our own and a couple of dogs easily, whereas in the past we would have had a helicopter and 4 people. So it's made a difference in that respect.
The livestock actually look forward to moving to a new paddock because they know that the feed will be better.
The biggest thing that we hope for is to have better conditioned cattle, better production, better fertility, all of those things that will come with better pasture. Thinking about our children coming along now, is there something that we could do that would make it easier for them in the next generation? We can see huge benefits downstream, and that must flow on to the Great Barrier Reef at the end of the day.